Well, this is what things look like with 3 inches of rain. We're feeling, and we're right on the edge of the field, because something happened in the transfer case with my truck here. So it is only a 2-wheel drive truck at the moment. I gotta crawl underneath there and see what's going on with the transfer case. So I have a bolt here that I need to put back in on the well, the row unit clutch drive for row number 1. I didn't have a new bolt, so we're just going to throw this old one back in there. The nuts just fell off of it and it got bent. I straightened it, so we'll get that back together. And then we've got a couple of belts to replace for this grain tank unload. I ended up putting this grain tank drive belt, or not the grain tank drive belt, but the chopper main drive belt on there the other day, and I had to slide the grain tank unload belts out of the way. And when I did that, I didn't get them down on that bottom pulley, and I burned both of them up. We were able to finish doing what we were doing the other night by just putting them back on there, but now we need to replace them. And I also ended up getting a new belt for the chopper drive, the belt that goes inside here. This belt was shot, so once we get done feeling, we'll be able to get the combine back in the field. We need to swing the auger out, get up on top of that pulley drive there, get this shroud off, and get a couple of new belts on there. Alright, we've got that bolt replaced on this row unit right here. All we had to do is just tighten it up a little bit and then put the 2 jam nuts against each other there. So that's going to be fine. We just need to get our shroud back on here, and then we'll swing this combine around and put our belts on. Okay, I got that on. I'm going to climb down there and we'll put this shroud onto that bottom side there. Alright, we got our drive belts on, our shrouds all on there right, and I'm replacing this back one that runs that straw chopper. And now, we're going to get this old Chevy pulled out of here, get it out on the road, crawl in underneath it, see what's going on with the transfer case. And now you can just hook it right here. Hook right in there. There you go. Alright, this is the only time you'll ever see a Ford hooked to a Chevy. Wyatt? Here. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna crawl underneath here and see if I can see something that's out of the ordinary here. Well, not seeing anything that sticks right out. Not sure. We're gonna have to get it back to the shop and gauge it, see if this, I don't know what we got going on. Actually, oh, there it is, right over there. There it is, right over there. It's the half shaft going into the right front wheel. All right, this is going to be tough going in here. I believe we're going to have to pull on out of here, but I need to get this grain tank unloaded first, and then we're going to have to decide where we are going to go with this combine, if we can go anywhere today. Alright, we're pulled up alongside the grain buggy. And we'll get this unloaded. That's not working all that great. The corn must be bridged up on the inside of the combine here, so gonna have to let some of that fall down, and then once it gets a bigger hole in there, it will start to unload it at a little faster rate here. Well, it took a little bit to pick up the pace here, but this being high moisture corn, it's been on for a couple days. It's gotten a little hard in the bin, so it was bridged up on the augers that are in the bottom of the bin. It took a little bit of jerking the combine back and forth to get it to fall down, so it would run to the augers. This corn's running just over 32%. Just about empty. Well, we ended up having to switch fields. It was too wet up on top of the hill. Now we're down in Cardiff Valley right now. This field we had BMR silage on, and the bottom side is chopped off, and we're just moving along here. So the other day I wasn't unloading on the go in that one video we did when we started combining. The reason why we weren't unloading on the go because we were next to a hayfield on that one clip there, and I didn't want to be driving the grain buggy tractor in the hayfield. So this auger is a little longer than it needs to be with this 6-row head on it, and as you can see, she's over in about the 10th, 12th row over. So this combine kind of needs an 8-row head on it in order for the auger to match up and the tractor have enough room to drive where we had already combined. So this is manageable down here. I'm spinning a little bit right now, but at least I'm staying on the row. This corn here, the ears are placed real high. This is a dual purpose variety here, and this we could have took off as silage, and it's more or less a silage corn. So it's working out well though, and we're able to move anyway. So we'll join up with you a little later on here. Alright, we're just about done with this next field here. This is a lot drier here. We're barely having to use four-wheel drive. That last field we were in, that was pretty muddy. Sarah, she almost got the grain buggy stuck over in there. And the Freightliner that Sarah drives is back getting a load put on it here. We were using the 4 other trucks, the Freightliners. We just got the tires switched over on them, and we had to get them washed. Truck 15's got a tire that is coming apart, so they grabbed one of the Freightliners, which we planned on using both of them anyway. This Freightliner here is the one that Sarah drove. It's got the shorter box on it, so it's a little easier to get over the side with the grain buggy here. So we'll keep at it here. The sun's going to be going down in a little while. And the next field that we have to move over and do, that one has some standing water in it. So we'll come back at you tomorrow with the rest of this video. Day here now, getting an early start dumping trucks. My brother's mixing feed. He just took off with the black and white mixer, and we've got a couple of trucks to dump here. We've got truck 9. We got the Freightliner in the hay barn there. So things are going a lot better this morning than they were the other morning. I started up early the other morning, plugged the roller mill first thing, then I had to work on that auger here, which that seems to be staying together like it should. You can see down on the bearing, well, you might not be able to see it in the camera here, but that auger's staying forward in that bearing there. So we'll get these 2 trucks dumped, and then we'll get to the combine. I've got to run a grease gun around it, and I need to get fuel in it as well. Well, Tim's getting a tire changed here. We ended up putting new caps on this back in the spring. They don't have that many miles on them, but this one cap all went to hell here. I don't know if it's on this side or the other side. I think it's on the other side. It started to split here. Looks like something cut it there, but it might just be a matter of time before that cap comes off. And we ended up getting the differential back for truck 10 here. One of the girls went and picked it up here the other day. So we've got to get that tossed in, get that back together. Tim's just getting this wheel torqued here, and then he's got to get hauling manure, right, Bob?
Yeah, we got lots of that.
Yeah. So we'll step outside here. Everybody's been kind of asking about these Kubota skid steers. Well, I ended up having new engines put in both of them. This is the newer one of the two here. This one's a 2020, and this one here is a 2019. This one's got like 3,800 hours on it, and this one's got 800. This one's had two engines put in it. And this one here, I say this one's had two engines put in it too. I can't remember now. It escapes me. My memory escapes me right at the moment. Right now, the problem that we're having with them, this one's actually fixed now. The solenoid for the boom lockout has malfunctioned on both of these. There's a solenoid that drops a little plunger. Well, it lifts the plunger out of the spool so that the foot control valve for the boom up and down can't work unless you have your seatbelt thing on, or you know, the park brake released. And when you release the park brake and have your seatbelt boom lap bar thing on, it pulls this plunger up out of the spool so that you could use it. After you run the skid steer for 20 or 25 minutes, I don't know what happens, the coil gets hot and it drops that plunger back down in. We ended up having the dealer came out and put a new coil on this one here yesterday, and this one started doing the same thing, so they've got to order parts for it. We're going to get that one back in service, but we're going to need to get some parts for this one. It took like 3 weeks or something like that to get the parts for that one. So we haven't had the greatest luck with these two skid steers, and there's no explanation as to what's been going on with the engines in both of these. That one there was on warranty. They paid for the engine in that one. This one here was off warranty. However, they warrantied the engine. We had to pay the labor to put it in. So that's the story on those two skid steers. So we're going to get to the field now and get combining here. Well, we are ready to go. We're fueled up, greased up. This is the conditions that we are dealing with. Dealing with a little bit of mud, but at least we're able to get something done. We're loading the trucks on the side of the road just because we don't dare pull them into the field here. We're down in Cardiff Valley right now. That there is Bear Mountain, and pretty near 30 years ago there was a mudslide just a little bit to the north here. Ended up sliding down off the hill and buried the road and everything else. So this is where we're going to sign off for this video here, folks, and I want to thank you for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one. We've got maybe 12 acres left here, and then we're going to move on the other side of that mountain up into Atisco. So take it easy, folks. We'll catch you at the next one.